Good morning, POTA family. Whiskey Alpha 3 November out here at Tigrit Wildlife Management Area. We're getting things set up. We're going to try something new today. Excuse the highway noise. I can't really find a better place on the map to set up here. But I may have to activate from inside the truck just to cut the noise down. So what my plan is today, excuse the work mess, I'm going to take this. My XYL got me this for Christmas. This is designed to be a hitch mount flagpole holder. Well, I've not even messed with it yet. Hang on. Okay. I think we need to move this bolt. Let me grab some pliers. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the bolt out. We're going to stand this up so we can kind of gauge where it needs to go. There we go. So now that'll fold over like we need it to. Put our locking nut back on there. Go ahead and tighten that back down. You'll have to excuse my tool options here. I didn't expect to have to do this, so I'm improvising with what I have in the truck. Alright, that should be tight enough to do what we need to do. Stands up very nicely. Okay, so what we can do is Alright, so I got that pulled apart. We're gonna set this in this hole, get my bolt through there, and get our locking nut back on. Just a second here. Okay, wanted to get that out of the way. All right, so we're just going to tighten that back up. Excuse my tools here. Kind of working with what I've got. You know how it goes for us hams. Sometimes you have to improvise. This whole setup is going to be a bit of an improvisation, just a harebrained idea that I got last night when I was getting things together for today's activation. So we have this pole, and we should, there we go, be able to get this pin through here. A little whack there. Cheaply built, so not exactly the best tolerances in the world. This side's really not wanting to line up on it. There we go. That is tight. That is going to be a challenge to get through there. I'm sorry if you can't see this, but I'm kind of fighting it here. Trying to just persuade that metal to go where I need it to. You can see it's just not quite lining up where I need it to in order to go through there. Like I said, the tolerances on this are a little poor. had to give her a little whack and push at the same time. Just gentle persuasion. So what we've got here, and I don't know that I'll be able to keep my tailgate down for this. As you can see, this isn't the longest thing in the world, and the hitch on my truck is a little bit on the recessed side. So let me see if we can get this on here, and we'll be right back. Well, the good news is it's in there. The bad news is we are definitely not doing tailgate POTA today. That's okay. So we'll just kind of set up, either like I said, we might be in the truck because it's a pretty noisy spot to be, or we might set up on one of the sides of the bed cover here. But that's in place. Let me get the next thing out and show you what we got going on. So here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to take this tripod. I'm going to take the thumb screw out of the first extension and try to slip it down in this pipe and basically create a roughly 20-foot tall vertical support system to hang this homebrew end-fed half-wave from. It's for 20 meters, and see what we can do to get that thing in kind of a sloper configuration, something a little bit different. I'll come back whenever we've managed to get the tripod put into the mount, and we'll see how it's going. Alright, so I've got a rope rigged up around the tripod legs. It does fasten, I've got those tight, but just to kind of keep that from accidentally spreading. I've got the top of my, this box has my 49-to-1 in it. I've got the top of that secured to that rope, and then the coax. Make sure you put that on there before you hoist it up. I've definitely never put this end fed up in a tree and then realized that I didn't have my coax connected. That's never happened. I also saved you 20 minutes of boring footage by dealing with that rat's nest and this rat's nest off camera. So let's get this in the mount and see how it goes. Okay, so I've got this in and got it up. There's one more extension that I could have spread out, but I just am a little concerned about the structural integrity of that last section because, of course, this is upside down, so we're putting the most strain on the weakest section. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I might try to flip this over and see if we can at least turn it the other way. Good idea, but you know how execution goes. And you might be wondering, Chris, why are you doing this? There's literally trees right here. So the main purpose for this is testing. If I'm out at a situation where I've got my truck, I've got a hitch, but I don't have trees, is there a way I can still deploy my end fed? And this is kind of what I've come up with so far. Like I said, I think we're going to flip this tripod over. I believe the diameter of that pipe is big enough to accommodate that base piece up there. As you see, the tripod portion is very adjustable, so I could slide it up the pipe and get it out of the way. But I'm going to flip it around and we'll check it out. I'll be right back. Alright, so I had a change of heart. Don't mind the end fed kind of hanging out here. I just left that. I'll tear it all down at once. Instead, I've set up what was my first purchased HF antenna, the Radiotity HF009. I love this thing. Now, I'm nowhere near these power lines. Those are quite a ways away. But this antenna at this very park, I've used once before. And using my USDX Plus, I got into Hungary, which was awesome. So I have high hopes for the QMX. We have it still set up here. But I'm going to shut the QMX down real quick and do an SWR tune, make sure it's happy with this, and go from there. Hopefully we can get back on the air. Again, Herman, I'm sorry that we weren't able to make a QSO. I don't know, this end fed's not cooperating. So we go in here to hardware tests. Tune SWR 1.12 to 1 as it sits. Now there's an adjustable slider on that antenna if you're not familiar. part of the loaded coil, and that's the trap. You slide that up and down and it adjusts your resonant frequency. This radio, or this antenna, can do 60 through 6. Doesn't do 80, but it does 60 through 6, and it does really well, particularly from 60 to about 15. Does fantastic. So what I'm going to do now is back out of our hardware test and start calling again. Hopefully we get somewhere. Good. Not even a blip. I gotta show you this. Not even a blip portion. That's awesome. SWR is so well matched that it's not even showing up. So let's see what our RBN looked like from when the NFED was working. 3 spots: Salt Lake City, Charlotte, North Carolina, and Dallas, Texas. That was on the NFED before the QMX went into safety. And I'm sure my spot has some age to it because I went off the air for several minutes. So that's probably pretty dated. Oh, I see Scott's out. Oh, I just got picked up by RBN. Whiskey 3 GTR, we'll try to link up on the radio here in a minute. So this battery pack is giving about 11.2, 11.3 volts on pull, and I'm showing K3 RKC. Oh, come on. .579 into PA, 5 watts with the vertical. Wow. I heard an M at the end. Oh, come on. Take that. KC3RN. Another PA station. .559 from Kevin. Thank you so much. Wow. I have got one heck of a pileup. I heard 0 mic. WB0 MQA. David in South Dakota, 579. 599 into South Dakota. Whiskey 1 Delta, sorry, this tablet lags. Okay, that's you. Alright, Whiskey 1 Delta Lima U. Or is that Delta Lima Alpha? Minnesota? Here we go. Bravo. There we go. I think I got that right. Whiskey 1 Bravo Lima Uniform David in Michigan. Oh my god, this tablet sucks. K something, sorry. KG1A. Ah, I recognize that call sign. Give you a 5.9. Yep. So when I hit enter on this tablet, I hit enter to submit the call to log, the tablet just freezes up for about 3 seconds and completely locks me out, so then I can't start putting in the next call. It's a real pain. I think KN4XJ. Oh, P, got it. I've been talking with Scott, Whiskey 3 GTR, and one thing that's hard to remember to do is slow down just a little bit and pace yourself. Thank you for the 559 in North Carolina, by the way, Michael. Tablets froze. There it goes. KZ. N6KZ. So what I've been doing is watching the screen on my QMX and trying to make sure I leave enough time, 579 Arizona, for actual spaces to form in my code when I'm sending. NC4 something Oscar. NC4PO. NC4PO. $569 to them. This is the East Carolina Portable Ops Club. $559 from North Carolina. I'm going to go ahead and save that now. K8M, and then I lost him. K8MW. So this is Richard in Michigan. 5'9". Very much appreciated, sir. Whiskey something. Whiskey 9 Delta Charlie. $599 South Carolina. Thanks, Donald. K8LOG, I think. Oh, JG. Hey, John. Give him a 5.7. He's just a little chirpy there. 579 in return from Michigan. Whiskey 4 something, sorry. Where'd you go? Well. Okay. I don't know if the band dropped out or what, but that guy's just gone. He was loud. Alright, we're going to use our short POTA message. Let's see where we're at here. 11, we're done. We've already activated this park. And it took 11 minutes. K5 something E. K5GE. Give him a 569. 5-7 in return. Thanks, Will. Appreciate the Texas. I'm trying to add the calls to the log before I actually finish my response and just remember their state, because it's this tablet lagging when I hit submit is really a bummer and slows me down quite a bit. Alright, I'm going to shut that off for just a second. I'll be right back. I need to check on something. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. All right, let's send another CQ. So let's see what those RBNs look like real quick. I might regret that. All right, nothing heard. RBNs. Oh, wow. Oregon, California, Utah, Texas, South Carolina, New York, Connecticut, Ohio. 0E. A U 0E, I think. Oh, AF. Give you a 5-7 Alexi. 5-9 Colorado, I think. K2UPD. Back to you, Peter. 569 out of New York. BX. Sorry, Martin, I got really messy trying to send your name. 559 to Wisconsin. Not bad. So I'm at 15. If I can get 20 QSOs today, then I will take park leader for QSOs. A1X. Oh my god, this stupid tablet will not cooperate. Okay, it's Alpha something 5 Zulu X-ray. I'm sorry. He probably gave up on me, and I don't blame him. I don't know. I'm struggling with this highway, guys. That was a weird call sign too. It was like AJ5PX or AU5. I'm not sure. .579 into Michigan. I really need to get like a splitter so I can plug in headphones and the speaker. The speaker for you guys, the headphones for me. Because it helps a lot whenever it's right in your ear. You know, if you've done Morse code at all, you know that it works much better when you have it right in your ear. Plus, all this background noise is not helpful. N4 XAT, that's what I thought. .429 New Jersey. And into AWE, I think. Okay, yeah, that's right. David in North Carolina, 559. I'll give you a 579 in return. .8JY. N8JY. Oh, I'm sorry. I sent you a cue, didn't I, John? 559 into Michigan. KI9T. All right. Back to you, Patrick. I'll give you a 5.9 on that one. Another 5.99. Thank you for 5.99 Illinois. So let's see where that puts me at, because we're at a lull. This would be a good point to stop if I have enough contacts. 19. Oh, man. All right. CQ it is. BMK, I think. Okay. Alright, this is Ronnie in New York. First QSO, it looks like. 559. Thank you. Man, it was silent, not a car around for the end of that QSO. That was awesome. All right, let's do just a couple more here. Give it a few more minutes and, you know, get out there in the lead just a little bit. I'm not competitive at all. W5JMQ. Make sure that's right. Okay, WQ, I believe. Hey, Stacy. 579. .579 back from Kansas. I just hit enter. It just cleared the QSO. N4ER. Paul Hicks, North Carolina. 599, thank you, sir. Enter. It just cleared. I think I hear a K9 or a K0 call in there. K0FNR, maybe. Yep, that's it. James in Colorado. .229, he is at the noise level. If a semi drives by, I'm going to lose him in the QSO. Colorado, 539. Into EIM. I hope the camera is picking up just how bad this highway noise is and how hard it is for me to hear. 5599 New Jersey. Oops. Well, whatever. I got 556 in there. AK0Q. .559 for him. He's very QRM. 339 into Iowa. All right. I don't hear anybody right now. Let's do a little checking. So we're at 27 QSOs, which is awesome. Looking at my RBN, Scott's messaging me. Looks like we missed the beat on this one, which sucks because he was at a 4-fer, but it happens. My spots are leaning very heavy east, which is weird because I've been getting western states, Colorado, Kansas, and so on. But looking at this, I've only got it to 10 minutes. Maybe if I back it to 20 on the RBN, I can see more. But I'm getting down like well south into South America on 5 watts, Texas, and then like the whole eastern seaboard. That's it. Nothing out west. But my QSOs are not matching that, so I'll take it. CQ one more time. I need to pack it up here before long. Whiskey 4 Echo Romeo. Back to you, John, in Alabama. 559. Send CQ again. This is great. Now that I've finally got all this dialed in, that vertical is a fantastic antenna. Is that K or C? It sounded like a C. Okay. .579 into Michigan for you, Vicky. .599. Sounds like a bug. The dits are really a little bit longer than they should be, so. There's a cop right there. Probably wondering what the hell I'm doing. William in Texas. He's leaving. NA6. Sorry, the tablet's lagging again. Oh, that was a trooper. .559 into Washington. N5ZN. Annabelle in Texas. 559. NA9G. John in Florida. TW. MX4 TW. Yes! That's what I thought. Wait. Well, shoot. I thought that was MX, and I thought I had some serious DX going on. Still, awesome to get you, Thomas. First QSO. I got you, bud. Thomas in North Carolina. Whiskey Bravo 7 Tango something. Whiskey Bravo 7, Tango Lima Kilo, I believe. Mark in Washington. Yep. Oh my God, this stupid thing. Alright. Oh. Someone's tuning. Hopefully that's not them taking over my frequency. That's the bad thing about QRP. Alright, CQ. We are at 33 QSOs. 34, sorry. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun, right? I'm going to pack it up here in about 9 minutes. It's just hard to leave when you're having fun, you know? See what those RBNs look like again. Blasting, we're going from Illinois to South Carolina just like a fan. That's crazy. Somebody's got a flat tire on their semi-trailer. That'll be a problem in a few miles. I think I got that. If I got that right, Whiskey Bravo 8, Quebec Zulu Mike. Brian in Texas. $579. Whiskey 0 Bravo Tango Sierra. .58 Wisconsin. Thank you. KK4 BMB. $579. 579 back from North Carolina. Thank you, Edward. Thank you for the good luck. AD2MM. Back to you, Vince. $539 into New York. Whiskey Bravo 3 Alpha Victor Delta. Theodore and PA, I believe. 539 as well. Yep. Thank you, sir. Alright, we've hit a lull. I've got 4 minutes left, so we'll go ahead and send a CQ. We're at 39 QSOs. That's awesome. And this is all just on this QMX. Roughly 5 watts of output. I love the beacon messaging on this. Hans, you guys did a great job designing this little radio, because there's nothing more annoying than having to manually key like I do with my G90, or hit the key button every time like I do on my X6200. So for this little radio at this price point to have that feature is amazing. And it's automatic. Obviously I'm not keying. I haven't even told it to repeat. That's just set up in the settings. I just hit it once, it starts repeating and repeats till I interfere with it. We may have shot our shot here and got everybody that can hear us. I don't know. Running QRP, you're going to hit a wall at some point when the calls just stop coming, because everyone who can hear you has worked you. Now, if you're out here long enough, band conditions change, you'll get someone else. But for the most part, you'll notice when your activation starts to taper off, when you're just done, because you've pretty much hit everybody. Now, if you make an antenna change or you add more power, then you'll notice a change. But so far, it sounds like we've just about hit our wall here, which is good, because like I said, I wanted to pack up in what is now 2 minutes, so that's good timing on that. It's not a pretty day to be out here, but it's a very tolerable day. Very mild winds. The temperature's agreeable. It's not raining. It's overcast as can be, as you can kind of see behind me. Some decent fog in the distance, but oh, there's an old cab over Freightliner. Don't see a lot of those anymore. I heard an O. Whiskey Juliet 0 Lima. Okay. $579 to you. Fingers are getting just a touch chilly. Thank you. 579 back from Minnesota. All right. I think this is going to be our last CQ. Kilo Bravo 4 Victor Uniform. Frank in Florida. 569. Thank you, sir. Okay. QRT and nothing heard, so all right, we're gonna turn that down. Let me issue a spot for QRT just so people don't come looking for me. Oh, come on. POTA spot. 41 in the log, by the way, thanks to Frank there at the last second. Yeah, this tablet, man, is so slow. I mean, I think it was like under $100, so there's that. But it still doesn't make it very fun whenever you're out here trying to do stuff and this dang thing just lags too much. Okay, so hit send. There it goes. POTA spot added. All right, so we should be marked off the air. I want to check my RBN here one more time. Okay, so the band opened back up. Let me turn you around and show you what I'm... So here's my RBN. I know it's going to be hard to see. So tearing up into the eastern seaboard and then shooting across here into the west again. Let me show you my map here of QSOs on the video as well. Come on. Come on. See what I mean? There it goes. So yeah, that is quite a spread. That is awesome. So I'll bring you back out and show you the setup one more time. Again, Zygo unpowered speaker, pretty Kig silver key. Didn't give me too many fits today. QMX, love that little dude. This time we're running off the Swiss Tech battery here. It's got a little screen, 74. I set up at 83%, so 9% out of this. And this is, I think, double the capacity of this little guy. This is 10,000, was it milliamp hours, I think? And this one's 20. So a lot more juice, and of course that'll charge your phone too. Tablet sitting there for logging, yeah, it does the job. And then again for the antenna, running that Radiodity vertical, I am so pleased with that antenna. It always does great. I pulled it out because this area, this is just a WMA and nice open grassy area, so no harm, no foul in putting anything in the ground there. But a lot of times I'm on a parking lot, so I don't have that luxury. That's kind of why I was doing this experiment, which didn't quite work out, and that's more the NFED's fault. This is homebrew, like I said. So there's that toroid. I don't know. I had an issue in the past where the, sorry, you're not even looking at it. There we go. Where the feed wire from the coax that you see comes in and starts wrapping actually popped out. The solder came apart. So I don't know. I'll take that home and hook that up to the VNA better and really start doing some investigating and get that fixed. But for now, it is what it is. We'll just leave it be. I definitely need to get it figured out, though, because this setup, I think, could be killer activating. I have another one that I made that's on a piece of Lexan or plexiglass, whatever you want to call it, that's a 40-meter element. Same toroid and everything, and it's done fantastic. That one does good, too. So I may get an experiment with that one, because this would be a great setup if I had a working antenna on it. Earlier when I said I had a cop staring at me, he pulled up right here to this intersection from this road and just sat there for a second. And I'm standing here at the side of my truck just not looking at him. And I'm sure he was a little concerned about what all this jazz is. But of course, we're not out here doing anything wrong. If you're familiar with POTA, we're just out here activating the park. The only thing would be if he for some reason felt the need to tell me I couldn't put something in the ground. This was not a park ranger, it was state troopers, so I don't even know if he really should do that, but you know how it goes. Anyway, thanks for joining me out here at Tigrit Wildlife Refuge. Just a nice day to play POTA out here. This is not a common park, so I had a lot of fun setting up today, getting you guys in the logs, and I'm kind of enjoying this filming it. Now, I did activate yesterday, if you caught me out at US-12715. That did not go well. I was talking to Scott, Whiskey 3 GTR, and if you couldn't tell, we're kind of friends. he wasn't having much luck on 20 either. I don't know what was going on. I was deaf as could be. My RBN spots were fantastic, but I just couldn't hear anybody, period. I was running my ham stick, running my Cat 6 ground radials, and the Gable tripod. Setup I've used dozens of times with great success, and for some reason, I would have heard Morse code better standing in the middle of this highway than I did yesterday. So that activation got very frustrating. Might have said a few things that don't really jive too well in the ham community, so I'm glad I did not film that one. But today went a lot better, and just had a lot of fun. So that's what it's all about, right? Coming out here, putting a radio outside, and having fun. And this little QMX, if you have... These little dudes are so sick. I'm going to look around the spots here real quick and see if Scott is at his park yet. He messaged me a little bit ago that he was en route to one, and see if I can hunt him. But I don't know. We'll see. Thank you so much for joining me today. And as always, POTA on 7.2s.